They know y'all, but they not gonna be disrespectful like they want it. I didn't win. Man, I'm not about no basketball, bro. Just play basketball. Just saw me play basketball. Y'all niggas just in the gym. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't finna sit this fuck back. Just play basketball. Just saw me play basketball. Play like that, bro. Don't play like that, bro. Hey, let go. I ain't back and forth, bro. I'm gonna hurt somebody, bro. No. Yo, we sliding through the town, man. We sliding through the town. Got the birthday boy.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th boy. Like them. I got one for you now. I got a 6-1 coming home.
Everybody ready? Good. All right. Afternoon, everyone. Chief Fenner here with Mayor. And Mayor, thank you for the support. We're here to announce an arrest, but before I do that, I always start with that human element. I spoke to TAKEOFF's mother early this morning, and my prayers, and I ask that all our prayers continue to go out to her and his entire family, his close friends, the city of Atlanta, and all of TAKEOFF's fans around the world. We lost a good man, and I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, but everybody, the hundreds of people that I talked to, spoke on what a great individual he was. We have a special relationship with the city of Atlanta. I want to make sure that stays intact. I want to thank them, the family, and everybody else for allowing us to work through the evidence and the facts, which is most important. I also want to thank our investigators.
That footage was one of several pieces of evidence investigators used as they worked to identify and charge suspects. According to authorities, Houston police detectives and homicide investigators combed through surveillance footage and cell phone video from the crowd that was gathered outside the venue. Do you know how many people were in that crowd and how many people they were standing there recording?
It was at least 50 people standing out there because Quavo, he was noticeable out of all of them. He had on a red shirt.
At the end of the day, he got everything. There's no out on this because there's enough footage and enough evidence to prove that someone is guilty.
That's why as soon as Lil Cam, he tapped DJ Pat and told DJ Pat, go stand over there on the other side of they box TAKEOFF in. And from what Offset was saying, when he did speak out against J Prince Sr. and J Prince Jr. and the rest of them and said, don't be speaking on my family name, family business, that's when everything got exposed because you see that they weren't that cool. Ain't no way that Quavo and TAKEOFF is out there in Houston with people that they family member don't even like. That's a back door in the flesh right there. Anything could have happened at that moment because they should have never even been out there if they knew for a fact one of their family members did not like the person who they was going out there to see.
But how often does that actually happen? And then you get caught up in the mix, and the next thing you know, here we are. Now we're set for a trial date, November 9th, 2026. They're going to start doing jury selection November 5th, which I think they're cutting it a little short there. But they have enough evidence already, like between forensics and fingerprints and surveillance, that they already know who they are going after specifically. And it's no surprise.
They said that they was going to look into the fact that the bowling alley, the manager, whoever that manager is, dude better get up out of Dodge, because they said that he was the main one who didn't want to even release the footage. Did somebody tell him not to release the footage? Because when it all boiled down to it, Takeoff, he was a good person. A lot of people knew Takeoff wasn't involved in no dice game. He wasn't involved in nothing that they had going on. He came out there to enjoy his vacation, take his little trip, and go back home.
It makes you really go, what really happened the night Takeoff was shot in Houston? What were the random chaoses that occurred that led up to that moment? You know, we go from having fun at the bowling alley to, well, chaos.
Everybody took a role in this investigation and made a promise that we would get the individuals or the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. Also the gang division, our federal partners, FBI, state partner DPS, and ATF. We stood here a little bit, I think a month ago, maybe a day or two.
It was sliding through the town, man. Sliding through the town. Got the birthday boy. Yeah, also. Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th, boy. I got one for you now. I got a 6-1 coming home.
So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff.
You don't play basketball, just saw me play basketball. Don't play like that. I've been hurt somebody, bro.
Jay Prince Jr., he didn't think that this was going to come to him like this, because it's going to bring mob ties down. It's going to bring mob ties down. Like, regardless of what's going on, the feds do a thorough investigation before they start to actually convicting people. The feds, they want to see exactly who was involved in it, and they not going to stop until they actually get the right people. Now, this case has been prolonged for years, for a long time, longer than we actually expected. But the dude go to court in November. By him going to court and him already trying to get a plea deal or just get it thrown out, it goes to show this man got something to hide. This man trying to hurry up and get the case over with, or try to hurry up and, you feel me, like get out the limelight of his name being mentioned as the person who actually did that to Takeoff. Like, come on now, man. It's not rocket scientists, and it's not nothing that a person could actually read and then skip over that and not see that that's right there in their face. Takeoff, he didn't deserve to get did like that, and they kept saying that it was over insurance policy or whatever. I don't know how true that is, but if that is true, Quavo, you bogus for what you did. If it is true, allegedly. I know it's a lot of people who sit back and they put themselves in a situation and they know that it's consequences to every single thing you do, every place you go. You cannot go out here in these streets thinking that you're going to just be able to go out here and just hurt somebody and get away with it. No, it don't happen like that. And they got cameras everywhere. At the end of the day, the fingerprints of Lil Cam and the dude, Clark, it was on the gun. You cannot go out here and say them females who was right there recording ain't see them pass that gun off. Now, if Quavo had something to do with it, you bogus, Quavo. If you had something to do with it, you wrong. Because that's your family, and family come first. Blood is thicker than water. Like, at the end of the day, you take your friend's side over your family side, it's something going on that ain't right there. And I want everybody to know, Takeoff, he just want, you feel me? He just wanted to get money. Takeoff family want justice. And it's a lot of people up in the district, HPD police department. It's a lot of people in that district. They trying to solve this case because they know Jay Prince Jr. and them, they probably had something to do with it, and they probably didn't. It probably was a mishaps. It probably was a miscommunication that led to gunfire. I would like to send my condolences out to Takeoff family, because Takeoff family, man, they still, you know, they still thinking about this man. They got t-shirts with his pictures on there. They got memorials set up in their house. Like, come on now, man. Every time they walk past that one little room in the back, they think about Takeoff, man. Keep in mind, Takeoff them, they started from the bottom. They moved their way up just by taking care of their business. Like, man, they stayed consistent. The Migos did their thing. They kept saying that it had something to do with Takeoff and Quavo and them checking in, but Offset, he said that none of his brothers is finna have to check in to nobody, regardless of what's going on. But Quavo, you know, ain't no telling what relationship he got with J. Prince Jr. now. And it ain't just J. Prince Jr. It's a whole army behind J. Prince Jr. And he don't play no games. He try to get on and do whatever he got to do to get ahead, regardless of who he got across. Like, at the end of the day, I know it's a lot of people who wasn't too familiar with J. Prince Jr., but J. Prince Jr., he like one of the people that run Houston. Was it between him, Lil Cam, and Quavo that knows the exact person who actually did that to Takeoff? I would like to send my condolences out to Takeoff, and I would like to send my hard-earned condolences out to his family, because they the ones still grieving right now to this day. It's a lot of people who knew once they started looking into this case and investigating it and starting to figure out that everything that they was told was a lie, the tables was going to turn for everybody who's involved in this case. Now, Quavo, he's still pleading not guilty. Now, keep in mind, the dude, Patrick Clark, he act like he had nothing to do with it from the beginning. I know everybody put themselves in a situation thinking that they not going to be able to say how they feel, to be able to justify or try to counteract what other people are saying. Now, this is a murder case. By this case being a high-profile case, the feds is not finna just let them go out there and be able to get away with the things that they did. Now, J. Prince Jr., he's staying back and he's looking to get a good lawyer for this dude, Patrick. Now, regardless of if Patrick is right or wrong, he still deserves a fair trial. Everybody knows whenever you go to court, you have to be charged beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the only way that they can be able to charge you, is if they have a burden of proof on you being included in this situation. Now, this stuff happened all the way back 2021, 2022, 23. It's a lot of people who said that Quavo thought that it was just going to pass by. The dudes that actually was right there, which is Lil Pat, which is Clark, and Lil Cam. Those two people, them the two persons who actually had hand in what happened, because Lil Cam left with the same weapon that was used on Takeoff. Now, keep in mind, the ballistics came back and it showed that the trajectory from that gun, it made it to where that bullet that was in Takeoff, boy, it went straight in and out, and it did damage. I want y'all to know this is a sad situation, but they said it was some hollow tips that was inside of that weapon that was actually used, and that kind of made it bad for Takeoff, man. And I really feel that Quavo, he kind of losing it right now, because as soon as this trial come up, you're going to either have to tell, you're going to have to say what you saw and the stuff that you heard, or they're going to implement you in this whole case. You cannot sit there and go out here in these streets thinking that you just going to be able to be somewhere, something happen, you witness it, it happened to your people, and then you just walk off clean slate. You don't care what's going on, and you don't care like what they feel about it. Like, I want y'all to know this is a sad situation, but they said that the black truck that Lil Cam them pulled off in, they caught them down the street. They was speeding. They was trying to hurry up and get up out of that area as if
victim.
Exactly. It's no reason that Takeoff even had to even go through that. Like, at the end of the day, from what they saying that Lil Cam came after everything went down. And this is like, you know, they finna charge DJ Pat and they finna charge Lil Cam with what happened to Takeoff. They finna charge him for the whole body. And I want y'all to know, J. Prince Jr., they said that he put that body on Lil Cam and DJ Pat because he knew for a fact that it was a setup from the beginning.
All I can say is there's too many security cameras. Whatever information is fully exposed once we go to trial, I'm not going to find it shocking at all because they've got all angles. They've got the cell phone angles, they've got the business angles, they've got the angles from the bowling alley itself. And there's how many eyewitnesses? Come on now, they're done for.
At the end of the day, we know for a fact that Takeoff, he was one of the main persons who told them, like, man, y'all ain't even got to be arguing. Y'all ain't got to fight over this dice game or nothing. They was arguing over $800. Y'all shouldn't have been betting like that. Y'all was betting big. Y'all should have knew that they had loaded dice on the table. And by them having them loaded dice, y'all already know what's going to happen behind that. Either somebody going to get hit up or somebody going to get sent to jail for trying to do something to somebody else.
Prosecutors allege that Clark fired the fatal shots. Another individual was charged separately on weapons-related allegations. There are multiple hands at play in this event. And all over an argument, like, we ain't grown men. We can't have a conversation and settle a dispute without pulling out weapons.
Exactly. The footage showed exactly what happened. The dude with the Chucky doll, he was the one who was standing on the side of them trying to block the camera the whole time. And the feds don't play no games. The feds got a 99% conviction rate. They not finna sit there and let this just go by. They not finna just let this go by without investigating it or digging deep into something that it seems like it's some faulty play in it. It's a loophole in what happened with Takeoff.
You know, it's a very sad circumstance because let's face it, a bowling alley, what's usually at a bowling alley? Family, friends, and mothers. It could have been way worse than it was. Thankfully, it was semi-controlled in the event, but the fact of the matter is lives were lost because we can't be grown men, because we got to take things to the next level and pull weapons.
For no reason. And we know for a fact that it's going to eventually end a way that they didn't think that this was going to end. Because J. Prince Jr. already said he suited and booted. He ready to get his lawyers and line up in front of the courthouse and wait for the courthouse to do what they got to do so that he can get up out of there, because he know that he going to beat this because he wasn't the one that pulled the trigger. Now, keep in mind, it wasn't no M for hire. But at the same time, we know for a fact that the evidence that they got, it shows clearly J. Prince Jr., Quavo, Takeoff, Lil Cam, DJ Pat, and a couple more other people. Keep in mind, Jazz Prince Jr., he was the one that dropped them off. Man, this sad, man. And everybody know for a fact that the DA don't play no games. The DA, they gonna tell you exactly what's finna happen and how much time that they finna get. I hope they put them under the jail for what they did to Takeoff.
You know, and you got to realize too, this was an event held for J. Prince Jr. So you're responsible for your event no matter where you're at. You're responsible for the people you invite. You're responsible for the events that occur within the events. Like, this is devastating. And then J. Prince Jr. and his team, they want to get up there and they want to offer their condolences and make a public appearance, you know, save face, basically. I don't buy it. I think the streets are too rough and there's too much intertwined beef, and people, well, they bite off more than they can chew. And then they get themselves caught up into situations like this, and the next thing we know, we've lost another artist, we've lost another father, we've lost another friend, and it's devastating to the communities.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're a fan of Takeoff. The surveillance footage, it showed clearly it was Lil Cam, the one who was standing on the side of Takeoff when everything went down.
There's eyewitnesses, there's 3 victims, and your fingerprints are on scene.
Yeah.
So if
they said they got the weapon too. Come on now.
If they pull the logistics, and I mean, are we smart enough in how we load our toy? Or did we, you know, barehand it? Because if they pull the bullets out of Takeoff, and there's even a partial fingerprint, they're going to be able to identify.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to tell that it was Patrick Clark that did it, but what about the dude, Lil Cam? What part did he play in it? Because the dude, Lil Cam, he locked up for it too.
You know, a lot of times my first instinct is this was a setup, and here we are, another dice game. It feels like it could have been a setup. But with the shooting and the way that it, you know, the bullet sprayed out, it doesn't seem like there was a true intended target. It seems like this one might have actually erupted from a disagreement.
Yeah, but for a person to pull out any piece and start firing it in public, especially knowing that Jay Prince singer, he don't play no games. He don't allow that type of stuff to go on at his establishment where he make money at.
Absolutely not, because that's a bad name for him. He, you know, doesn't he protect Houston? So if he can't protect an environment in which he's in, then he's going to lose that credibility. It's bad enough that TAKEOFF's mom is already suing the venue for lack of security, but then you throw the person that's actually supposed to be, shall we say, the guardian of Houston into the mix, and everybody's lacking.
Yeah, because everybody knows for a fact, Quavo, he was in the car with the guys and they had a piece right there on the seat.
I think they're cutting that very close, especially considering what we watched with the last few trials, and they're